Standing and speaking up, a long-standing tradition continues on the Penacrest. Bleeding wallets, a new proposal could see higher parking rates on campus.
Hawkeyes in the NFL, Iowa football prospects hope to go pro.
Sunshine and scattered showers. April weather stays consistent in Iowa City.
All that and more
Coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. Today is Wednesday, April 24th. I'm Ashley Wheel.
And I'm David Consuelos.
And the third member of our team, DITV's Julia Rhodes, is live outside to tell us today's weather story.
Julia, we've had a warmer start to the week. Is the sun going to stick around?
Yeah, David, the sun is out and shining this morning, and it should stay out for the rest of the day. I'm live outside the River Terrace, where it is currently 44 degrees. Today will not be the warmest, but later this week, the temperature will get back up into the 70s, so we have something to look forward to. Today will be a bit chilly with a high of 62 and a low of 39, while Thursday will get up to a 66 and have a low of 49 degrees. Today and tomorrow are the only days without expected rain. I'll be back later with more on those upcoming showers. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Julia. Today is National Denim Day, a day of awareness for sexual assault. The Women's Resource and Action Center continued a long-standing tradition yesterday to bring attention to sexual violence and support survivors. DITV's Tara Gillespie spoke with people about the impact of this tradition.
Despite the recent dissolve of RVAP, the Women's Resource and Action Center hosted this rally on the Penacrest to ensure that no sexual violence survivor feels alone. Take Back the Night is a continuous rally in support of sexual violence survivors.
It's a community-wide problem. Even if you haven't experienced it yourself, almost everybody here can probably say that they know someone who's experienced it.
The rally offers a variety of resources to make survivors feel safe and heard.
I think it makes you feel a little bit safer that there's more people on campus and in the city that care.
Following a march in downtown Iowa City, survivors were able to speak about their experiences with people who understand.
Many people come here never having spoken to anybody about what happened to them.
Participants at the event believe this can encourage others to have the space to safely speak up about their own experiences.
Because sometimes it may feel like this is something that happens, but this is something that doesn't happen to us or to our community.
Organizations such as RVAP, the Johnson County Sexual Assault Response Team, and DIVP set up tables to let survivors know the resources and services they can use.
More people are aware of our services and know where and how to get help, and that's really encouraging.
From the 70s until now, Take Back the Night plans to continue for as long as needed. From the Penacrest, Tara Gillespie, DITV.
An Iowa City man was arrested yesterday for a shots fired incident. In November, shots were fired and caused City High School to go into a brief lockdown. Lawrence Russell, a 39-year-old male, was charged for possessing a firearm as a felon. This Class D felony carries a maximum prison sentence of 5 years and a fine up to $7,500. The Iowa Board of Regents will be meeting today and tomorrow at Iowa State University in Ames. Representatives from the 3 regent universities of Iowa State University, Northern Iowa, and Iowa will all be discussing various issues revolving around their respective campuses. We have DITV's Jordan Tovar live in the newsroom with what will be discussed at this meeting.
Well, Ashley, like you said, people from all 3 state universities will be in attendance, but representatives from the University of Iowa will be there to give updates on some construction projects and the potential sale of university property. Construction projects include planning for a new College of Engineering hydraulics lab, renovations to Duane Banks Field, and UIHC's Burn Treatment Center. One of the topics for Thursday's session that I'll be going to include adding a new bachelor's program in counseling and behavioral health services. Also on the agenda will be potential parking rate and violation increases. And with these potential increases, we have DITV's Avery Arns live in the library parking lot with reactions from some University of Iowa students.
Thanks, Jordan. The University of Iowa has requested the Board of Regents to approve their proposal of increasing tickets and parking rates across campus lots, just like this one.
I feel like like we need to increase the parking and decrease the prices.
The university proposed an increase of $9 for parking tickets issued on campus. As of now, the average parking ticket price in Iowa City is $15.
We can barely get around with what we got, and now they're charging us more for parking. I think that's unacceptable.
The proposed increase comes after the demand for more parking for incoming students has grown. It's the first time the university would be increasing their prices in 9 years.
I personally feel like they're already high enough and we don't have that much parking.
University Parking and Transportation saw their longest student permit wait list last year. More parking ramps are being built on the west side of campus and by Kinnick Stadium.
It's hard to find a spot as is, and now that they're like rising, it makes you not even want to park, but some people need to park.
The proposal would go into effect during the 2024 fall semester, and the Board of Regents is expected to vote on this issue this coming Thursday. Live from Iowa City, Iowa, I'm Avery Arns, DITV. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Avery. The budget for the Iowa City Community School District will decrease by 6.5% in the next fiscal year. A total of $5.5 million are being cut. This comes from many students switching to private schools through the use of education savings accounts. The district estimates this has lost them $1.3 million in revenue and dozens of students. Other reasons for the cut include per pupil state aid not keeping up with inflation and the end of federal pandemic funding. The district also expects to cut another $2 million in the 2025-2026 fiscal year. The Iowa City School Board met to discuss a variety of topics in local schools last night. Last month, the district made the decision to close Hills Elementary School. Yesterday, principals of Hills and Alexander Elementary emphasized making the transition as seamless as possible.
We'll have a play date at Weatherby Park, which is in like an Alexander neighborhood. We'll have a play date at Alexander, and then we'll have a play date in Hills.
They hope to schedule more events to help students adjust to the change. Additionally, a bill to deal with chronic absences has raised the concern of the school board. Superintendent Matt Degner made it clear that he was not in support of the bill.
Parents that may excuse their child for a vacation versus students that may miss repeatedly for medical absences versus a student that is truly truant and just struggling to get to school. So,
no decisions were made, but there are hopes for more discussions on these topics in future meetings to help improve the district policies. The university held their third annual Recycled Runway Fashion Show, celebrating sustainability and Earth Day. DITV's Sophia Schultz talked to designers about what this meant for them.
The Recycled Runway Fashion Show was run by a group of students enrolled in the University of Iowa's Event Sustainability class.
That we can take things that exist in our daily life and make beautiful artwork out of them, that we can express who we are with them without damaging the environment further.
The theme this year was fast fashion. Students and people of the community attended this event and watched as models walked down a runway wearing pieces of clothing made of reusable and sustainable materials.
This is sort of taking it to the max, using stuff that like might actually legitimately be trash and turning it into wearable outfits.
Because I've just been gathering everything in my own house and bringing it here for designers, so it's really helped me realize how important it is to make sure that we change events so not everything is getting thrown out.
Apart from previous years, this year it took place at the Wright House of Fashion, slightly off campus on Gilbert Street. Designers had 2 months to put their creative ideas together and build their designs.
April is basically prom season. There's a lot of formal dresses. So really I was thinking of Cinderella. You know, she couldn't afford to go to the ball, and so my inspiration came from that, but with more of if she was eco-centric Cinderella.
The event was only for 1 day, but the event holders and staff involved hope to continue to encourage sustainability every day. From the University of Iowa, Sophia Schultz, DITV.
We're going to take a look back outside with DITV's Julia Rhodes for the forecast for the week ahead.
Thanks, guys. Looking ahead at this week, scattered rain and thunderstorms will be heading towards Iowa City. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will all have high chances of rain with strong winds up to 22 miles per hour. The clouds will finally begin to part on Monday and completely clear up on Tuesday for a sunny spring beginning to the next week. Students should be sure to carry an umbrella to be prepared for the unpredictable spring weather. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks again, Julia. And David, I heard that tomorrow's a big day for some Hawkeye athletes.
That's right, Ashley. The NFL draft kicks off tomorrow with multiple Hawkeyes looking to compete at the next level. The hottest prospect from Iowa coming into the draft is projected first-rounder Cooper DeJean. Although DeJean went down with a leg injury in mid-November, his impact on the defense was far from small. In his final season with the Hawkeyes, DeJean played 10 games with a total of 41 tackles and 2 interceptions. Along with his elite lockdown defense, DeJean was also a nightmare for punters, registering 241 return yards along with a touchdown. Alongside the defensive back in the draft is punter Tory Taylor. The Australian native was a massive catalyst in Iowa's special teams. Last season, Taylor netted 4,479 punting yards for the Hawkeyes, averaging 48.2 yards a punt, with 32 of those punts pinning defenses back inside the 20. And tight end University might strike again in the draft. Eric All is projected to be the third tight end taken off the board. All, who went down with an injury against Wisconsin, put up some productive numbers with 21 receptions, 299 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The draft will begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. But there's another Iowa football player leaving the Hawkeyes. Quarterback Deacon Hill announced that he is entering the transfer portal yesterday. In Hill's sole season as a Hawkeye, he started 9 games after starter Cade McNamara went down with an injury, and he threw for 1,151 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Hill has served as a first-team quarterback during spring camp while McNamara rehabs for the season. He joins Deuce Hogan, Alex Padilla, Carson May, Spencer Petras, and Joe Labus as quarterbacks who have transferred from Iowa since 2021. Aside from McNamara, Iowa has redshirt first-year Marco Lainez and incoming 4-star James Reeser in the quarterback room. And former Hawkeye Caitlin Clark added another record to her collection even after leaving Iowa. Clark took home the AAU James A. Sullivan Award for the second year in a row, becoming the first ever 2-time winner. The award recognizes the collegiate or Olympic athlete that shows qualities of leadership, citizenship, character, and sportsmanship, both in and out of competition. Clark will begin her regular season pro career with the Indiana Fever on May 14th against the Connecticut Sun. And even though it was a midweek out-of-conference game, last night was still important for Iowa baseball. DITV's Elise Gann experienced a special night firsthand.
On a full moon night in Iowa City, the Hawkeyes celebrated Liam Night in honor of their kid captain, Liam Doxey. Liam was diagnosed with cancer when he was just 5 days old, and the Iowa offense brought him a night to remember. The offense was prominent throughout the game, giving the Hawkeyes a total of 12 runs off of only 8 hits, adding to the momentum.
Especially on Liam Night, when it's dedicated to himself. I feel like we have to win or else, it's not going to be as fun for him.
Although for a motivated offense, the defense and pitching struggled, as it has been a downfall all season. The bullpen walked 7 and gave up 6 runs, of which only 3 were earned.
Allowed runs in 6 different innings, and and a good chunk of those were after we got the leadoff guy out.
Even so, the Hawks were able to pull off a 12-6 win against Milwaukee. From Dwayne Banks Field, Elise Gann, DITV Sports.
Thanks, Elise. And the Iowa softball team traveled to Lincoln to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers in a doubleheader. Game 1 was a defensive battle as neither side could take a lead within the 7 innings. But in extra innings in the bottom of the 8th, Bella Bacon, she'll hit one into the gap to take home the bacon for Nebraska as the Cornhuskers take Game 1 in the walk-off. Now in Game 2, senior Grace Baines for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Somebody call the authorities because that is a robbery of a homer. Baines now late in the game for the Hawkeyes. She's not done yet, hits a bomb out to left center, and that is gone and out of here. 3-run homer to give Iowa the late lead over Nebraska. However, in the bottom of the 7th, Ava Bradwell will launch a bomb for back-to-back walk-offs for Nebraska. Iowa falls to Nebraska in Game 2.
Thank you so much for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
For Julia Rhodes and David Consuelos, I'm Ashley Wheel. See you again on Friday morning right here on DITV.